right? Let's talk about the distance from A to B. Normally, we'd be finding just the distance from here to there, somewhere right next to each other or right above each other. When you're dealing with diagonal distance like this, what you have to do is create a triangle. So if you were to connect here and there, that would make a triangle, and you'd be able to do Pythagorean theorem. So we're going to do that in this situation here. So we have the distance from here to there. So that's 1, 2, 3. And so that's going to be 3 down here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be 5 there. So now I have 3 squared plus 5 squared will give me the length of AB squared, right? So now we have 9 plus 25 equals AB squared. So now we have 9 plus 25, that's 34, equals AB squared. And what's the last thing you do? You square root, and you are done. So all we did is find this length, 3, this length, 5, squared both of them, then added them up and square rooted. What happens if you're not given a graph? Okay, what happens if you're given 2 coordinates and you ask what the distance is from them? So first you have to figure out how far 7 is from 10. So how far the y is from the y. And that's going to be 3. So now we have one of our numbers. The other one now is how far is 2 away from -2. So 2 away from -2, that's going to be down 4. So the distance is 4. Remember, distance cannot be negative. So you're just going to count on that. So now you have 3 and 4. All right. So now you do 3 squared plus 4 squared equals the length we're looking for. So let's call it x squared. So now we have 9 plus 16. And that's going to equal x squared. Add them up, you're going to get 25. Add them up, you're going to get 25 equals x squared, square root. So again, we're finding the distance of the y's. Then we're finding the distance of the x's. We're squaring them, we're adding them, we're square rooting them. Final answer. Well, the square root of 25 is 5, so this has an actual answer. Now let's talk about what makes a triangle. A triangle has the sides of a triangle have a very specific rule. If the 2 smallest lengths have to add up to larger than the third side. So the smallest sides here are 3 and 5. Does the 3 and 5 add up to larger than 12? No. 3 plus 5 is 8. It's not larger than 12. So this is not a triangle. What about 2, 3, 4? The 2 smallest sides are 2 and 3. Okay. Do they add up to larger than 4? Yes. So this could make a triangle. Can this make a triangle? The 2 smallest sides are 7 and 9. If I add 7 and 9, are they larger than the 12? That is a yes. What about this one? 8 and a 12 are the smallest. So does an 8 and a 12, when you add them together, is that larger than 20? No, it actually equals 20. It has to be larger than 20. So this is not a triangle. Now, what if I asked you for all the possibilities of this third side? Okay, of this third side. What are all the possibilities? So first I would subtract these numbers, giving me 1. Okay, and I know that the length of the third side has to be larger than that. Then I would add these numbers, making the largest it could possibly be 15. So I know that all of the answers are between 1 and 15. Can it be 15? No. Can it be 1? No. It has to be between 1 and 15. Those are all the possible scenarios for here. Okay? Anything else, and it will not meet the requirements for being a triangle. So this is how you answer yes or no questions on is it a triangle. This is how you give me all the possible scenarios. You add them, you get the largest. You subtract them, you get the smallest. So 1 is less than x, and x is less than 15. That's all the possible scenarios for this blank spot right here. Now, let's talk about some definitions. So supplementary is when two angles add up to 180. Complementary is two angles that add up to 90. Okay, remember, I compliment you because you are right. I compliment you because you are right. Vertical angles. Now, vertical angles, this angle and that angle are vertical, which means they're also congruent, which is the geometry word for equal, or same as. So this angle and this angle are vertical, which means they're also congruent. Now, I have a couple examples. So if I showed you these two angles, and I said they're supplementary, that would mean that this angle plus this angle will equal 180. So I'll write it out on the side. So that means x plus 5, which is that angle, plus this angle, which is 4x plus 15. Okay? That means that if I combine, that means that these two angles have to equal 180 because I'm saying that they're supplementary. So if these two angles equal 180, I'll combine the x's. That's 1x and a 4x. So that's going to make a 5x. I have a 5 and a 15. So that's going to make 20. And that equals 180. And now I'll solve this by subtracting 20, getting 60. So now I'm left with 5x equals 60. Then I divide by 5 on both sides. Divide by 5, divide by 5. X equals 12. So now I figured out what x is. If I wanted to know what this angle is, I would plug in the 12, so 4 times 12 plus 15. If I wanted to know what this angle was, I'd plug in the 12, 12 plus 5, and I'll get the angle. Now this one here, x plus 9 equals 8x. So these two I'm going to say are complementary, meaning that this angle plus this angle equal 90. So x plus 9 plus 8x equals 90 degrees. So if I combine the like terms, I'm going to get 9x plus 9 equals 90. I'm going to subtract the 9 from both sides. I'm going to get 9x equals 81. Divide by 9 on both sides. X equals 9. Now for this one here, okay, these are vertical angles, which means they're congruent. Meaning x plus 9, this angle is equal to that one. So I can just write x plus 9 equals 93. I'll subtract 9 from both sides. X equals 84. And we're done.